All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to do a video on Hut 8 Mining Corp, stock ticker HUT. We've done a bunch of videos on Hut 8, and we were fortunate enough to sit down with Sue Ennis from Hut 8 and talk to her for a half an hour. So if you go to our homepage of our YouTube channel, that video will load automatically. It's worth watching. She gives a lot of great information in there. But since that time, Hut 8 has had some news, so I just wanted to do an update and go through some of the news that they have and talk a little bit about where they're at, and then we will look at their chart and maybe talk some price targets. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And of course, if you enjoy this video, please smash the like button and feel free to leave a comment below. I read all comments. Just gonna start by looking at where Hut is at right now. So you'll see they're trading at $5.67. It's Friday, February 25th. We're in the middle of the trading day, so I don't know where Hut is going to end today. Bitcoin's been up and down all day. That leaves them with a market cap of $942 million. I'd like to take a look at these companies in terms of market cap because due to dilutions, the price doesn't always equal previous prices, but the market cap is the important thing. And you'll see Hut 8 was as high as a $2.3 billion market cap company just in November of 2021. So that was just 3 months ago. So again, they're now down to $942 million. So that's a significant drop off. A lot of the Bitcoin miners, for those of you who follow the Bitcoin miners, we cover that a lot on this channel. You'll know that a lot of the Bitcoin miners have pulled way back. Bitcoin itself is off of its all-time highs. It's recently off of its recent lows, but I do think there's a lot of room left here for Hut 8 to run. I don't think this is anywhere near its ultimate price target or market cap. Let's look at some news that has happened lately. Okay, so on February 11th, just about 2 weeks ago, Hut 8 Mining launches At the Market Equity Program. At the Market Program has, and I quote here, aggregate gross proceeds to the company of up to $65 million. So sales of common shares, if any, through the agent will be made through at-the-market issuances, including without limitations, sales made directly on the NASDAQ stock market in the United States at the market price prevailing at the time of each sale. So this is an at-the-market program. They don't have to do this all at once. They can use this when they want to use this. And one of the things I wanted to do was put this in perspective because I had read an article about a week ago that some of the Bitcoin mining companies were looking for equity and they were raising money. And I just wanted to clarify because, you know, the other company that was in that article was raising $750 million. This is a $65 million offering for what is right now a $1 billion company and what in the past has been well over a $2 billion company. So this is a very small offering. It's going to provide them some cash. They've made some acquisitions recently, and of course they continue to buy miners. So I think their stock took a hit for this in the very short term. But again, I think it's important to put it in perspective. $65 million is a very small amount of dilution for this company, and they're likely not to use it until their stock gets back to a more reasonable price. And that's my assumption. So they're free to use it whenever they want. Okay, the other thing I wanted to go through is they have a few new hires that are at a senior level in the organization. So the first one is James Beer joins Hut 8 Mining as Senior VP of Operations. So that's obviously a very important role. So they say Hut 8 is pleased to announce the appointment of James Beer to the new role of Senior Vice President of Operations. So this is a new position. Effective February 22nd, 2022, Mr. Beers joins Hut 8's growing and diverse leadership team under the direction of CEO Jamie Leverton to support scaling and expansion of the company's diversified operations. So they are building out a management team here as they continue to grow and scale. And you'll see the next thing I'm going to talk about just shows how much they're growing and diversifying as a company. So they're adding some top-level management here, indicative of their plans to continue. So the next one I want to go through is on February 17th, they did a press release. Josh Rayner joins Hut 8 Mining as VP of Sales. And I will tell you, for a minute, when I read that headline, I was very confused. What does a Bitcoin miner need with a VP of Sales? But there is an answer to that, and I want to go through it because I actually did get a chance to talk to Sue Ennis about that, and she explained it in detail, and it's a very exciting part of Hut 8's business. They're doing something different than all the other Bitcoin miners in addition to their Bitcoin mining. This appointment follows the company's acquisition of TerraGo and is the latest in a series of strategic hires supporting Hut 8's advancement in diversification and scaling. Okay, so this is the reason they need a VP of sales, because typically, obviously, a Bitcoin miner mines Bitcoin. They don't really have customers. However, Hut 8 has recently acquired TerraGo. I just want to go to their most recent investor presentation and talk to you a little bit about what TerraGo is. Because you'll see here, okay, by the numbers, this is 5 multi-tier data centers, and here's the important part, 400 plus commercial customers. So here's your need for a VP of sales right here. They have 400 plus existing customers. Obviously, they want to expand this business over time. So, bringing on a VP of sales is a very important role for this segment of the business. This segment of the business also brings with it 30 plus experienced data center professionals with enterprise grade data center expertise. So they talk about industry verticals within the data centers. There's gaming, media and entertainment, and government. Reoccurring revenue and stable cash flow profile to mitigate fluctuations in digital asset mining businesses. So this is a revenue stream all on its own. And they talk about how down here, annual trailing revenue for the data center business of TerraGo was approximately $19 million in 2021. So this is already an up and running business with $20 million in annual revenue, and I would expect they intend to grow that. In addition to that, Sue had talked to us about the fact that in any of these data centers, there's a significant amount of computer space that goes unused at any given time. Hut 8 is going to be able to utilize all that computing power to mine cryptocurrencies. So essentially, if they do this exactly perfectly, they can get to 100% efficiency within these. So there's multiple layers to this business, and I think they have a lot more planned where this came from, but this is what's driving the new hire of a VP of sales. And this is also going to provide some cash flow to keep the bills on, because as probably most of you know, Hut 8 is the original Bitcoin hodler. So just to do a quick review of their existing business, this is a by the numbers on their asset mining. So 5,826 total self-mined Bitcoin held on the balance sheet. That was more self-mined Bitcoin than any other mining company in North America. 3.35 exahash projected for Q1 2022. So their exahash continues to grow substantially. Right now they have 2.36 exahash in production, so they're looking to add about an exahash to that by the end of the first quarter. And then they have 2,000 of their Bitcoin that are yielding income. So they talk about 3 Bitcoin and blockchain-based businesses. So this is 3 different lines of revenue: profitable and agile self-mining operations. They mine Bitcoin. They also mine Ethereum and convert it to Bitcoin. They have a white label hosting, so they make some revenue hosting other people's Bitcoin mining machines. So in addition to these 3 lines of revenue, they also have the TerraGo, which is now a new business segment that, last year was another $20 million in revenue. So that's kind of summary of where Hut 8 is at right now. I just want to take a look at the chart real quick and see where things may be going. Okay, this is the Hut 8 chart on the 1-day time frame. So each one of these candles represents 1 day. You'll see recently twice now, here on January 24th, Hut 8 bottomed out. That was also the bottom for Bitcoin. That is when Bitcoin kind of flash crashed down to $33,000. Well, just yesterday, we also had a giant flash crash at the open across the entire market. So the Bitcoin miners included, all gapped down at the opening, but it closed on the day at $5.71, up 5.94%. It was an extremely volatile day for all the Bitcoin miners, so there was a buying opportunity for just 5 minutes or less first thing in the morning at the opening bell, and then things started to return to normal, and actually they ended up almost 6% on the day yesterday. But even with that, They're a little bit sideways today, trading at $5.71. So this is where Hut 8 was trading 2 weeks ago. This was on February 10th. So if Hut 8 could just retrace its steps back to where it was trading 2 weeks ago, that would be a 45% increase in the price of this stock. So you can see these Bitcoin miner stocks have been incredibly volatile. The downward pressure has been massive, but you can see here from the bottom to the top, when Bitcoin's moving in the right direction, it moves up just as fast as it moves down. So I do think it's extremely realistic to expect we'll get back to where we were just 2 weeks ago on Hut 8. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is my interpretation of the charts and of what's happening at Hut 8. So please do your own due diligence and make a wise investment decision if you decide to invest in this company. Okay, so this yellow line right here takes us back to December 1st, which was right before the Bitcoin flash crash. And Bitcoin was trading in around the $57,000 range at that time. It flash crashed down to $42,000, bounced off of that, and settled somewhere around $47,000. So if I go from where we are right now to where we were after the flash crash, so after this big reduction in price, that would still be an 80% increase in the price of Hut 8 stock. And we'll look at just one more. So if Bitcoin could recover back to where it was on December 1st, that was right before the flash crash. So again, Bitcoin was trading in around the $57,000 range at that point. So that would represent a 133% increase just to get back to where Hut 8 was trading right before the Bitcoin flash crash. And in addition to that, Hut 8 has made several strategic moves since then. They've acquired a new business. They've dramatically increased their hash rate. I don't think it's all unrealistic to think that they can get back to this price or more in the year 2022. So that's 133% potential upside. These are my price targets. And again, please, this is not financial advice. Do your own due diligence. These are volatile stocks. That's all I have for you on a Hut 8 update for the day. So thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.